Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another episode of One Take. So, 2 weeks ago, I spent the most money I ever have on a book. This was the second time in as many weeks I had done this. However, this new purchase dwarfed the previous one by about 8 times. Now, I should have opened with this. I do not buy books, well, expensive books. I tend to keep that kind of money for the things that flank me. However, now I am the proud owner of a two-volume set of a historic book that's roughly 156 years ago. And according to the seller and the price, it is in very good condition. So, where did this all start? I wanted a copy of the book. And so I started looking around and I dug a little deeper and I found out that, hey, there are some versions that are available that aren't the newly reproduced paperback copies of it. Dug a little further and found, whoa, there are first editions of this book. So I looked into that a little bit and I found a couple copies that were fair at best. They were reasonably priced, not too extravagant. Again, a lot of money for a book, but nothing more than what I'd say an average brewery Saturday cost me. So I started thinking about it and I sat on for a few days. And I received an email, random email from my good friends at eBay, and they said, "Hey, we found something you might like." Within seconds, I had clicked on it, and before my eyes was the very same book. However, this time it was a very good condition version of the book. Now, this was quite a bit more expensive than the ones I had been looking at, but still reasonable enough to justify the cost. So I started thinking about it even more. I pondered over it for a few days. I'd bring them up side by side. I'd check the comparison. I'd look at everything, the pages, the bindings, the pull out, the maps, really just trying to convince myself that it's not worth the money, the extra money, to buy this really nice. It was noticeably better version of these books. It just wasn't worth it. After all, I'm not a collector. I don't need this for more than what I need now. I just want a copy of the book, thought it would be cool to have an older version of it. So, like any smart man, I took my quandary to my significant other. And as I was explaining to her and reminding her that, yes, we are actually having a discussion on debate rather on what book I should buy, it hit me. What had started out as a simple monetary issue or comparison, meaning, did I really want to spend this much on something, had turned into something more. Suddenly it was about the needs of now and the wants of later. I was thinking about the need now. I wanted the book now, but I started thinking about, hey, maybe I want something for later, something, a family heirloom, something I can still be very proud of many years from now. I look at it, something I could potentially pass down to my family. I think far too often we look at things too much on our needs of now and don't think about our wants of later as well. But the reality is, if we look into things a little bit, if we research, if we talk to people, if we look things up, or you do like me, you open the email and suddenly your eyes are open to brand new possibilities you never thought. And suddenly you can have the need of now covered as well as the ones of later. So if you look over my left shoulder there, you will see a two volume edition, I think is the proper term for it, of a roughly 156-year-old book that is the personal memoirs of U.S. Grant. And there before you is my need of now and my wants of later. That is one take. Make it a great day. Thank you.